Join me as we hit the road and talk to business heroes just like you. Well, I'm with Angie and Jay Ballard of Bourbon Barrel Cottages, located in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. And before we get into this video, I have to start off and just say this place is incredible. These cottages are amazing. The decor is spot on 100%. And if you ever want to take a trip on the Bourbon Trail, the famous Bourbon Trail for Kentucky, this is the place you need to come to and stay because it is just fabulous. Thanks for doing this video with me today, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Heck yeah. Well, let's get into it. What did you guys do before you had the idea of coming here and building this?
Well, I've been in medical sales for the last 20 years and still currently am employed in medical sales. So this is just preparing for retirement, hopefully. So
It's just amazing. To describe it, I think, because that's really one of the most important things is to have a description that's accurate when you're looking at it on a website or AirBNB or wherever you market it. This is out in the middle of nowhere, so you feel like you're not around a whole lot of people. It's a spot that I feel like you could come to and just have a good time and not be bothered with a whole lot of other people. Like a getaway, a country getaway is the way I describe this. All right, so what led you to the decision to put something like this together?
I'm a hairdresser by trade, so I had done hair for approximately 30 years and just stepped away from the chair recently. But I have wonderful women who own salons with me, and they are running the daily operations while I'm taking care of other projects, and this is one of them. So Jay and I wanted to build a very small house on the back part of our land in preparation for when our kids are grown and leave home, and we have 5 kids. And so it sounded great to us to just clean a space that was much smaller, and knowing that it was just the 2 of us, that way we could travel and do the things that we wanted to do. And from there, we just started talking about it, and we started talking about how wonderful it would be for other people to experience the place that we call home, and the peace out here, and the wildlife, and nature, and just beautiful scenery. So we decided that we could fit more than just one small house in the back of our land, and so that's how Bourbon Barrel Cottages was born.
That's great. How did you select the theme to the cottages, and how did you select the decor?
So the bourbon industry in Anderson County is absolutely flourishing. I went to high school here. I was 14 when I moved to Lawrenceburg, and I have never seen it so rich with people. And the main street and the other side streets of downtown on the weekends, you can see people just walking around and having a good time, and there are tour vans and things like that that are bringing tourists into the area, and we just think it's so wonderful. We thought it would be great to be a part of it.
Yeah.
The decor, I think that Jay and I probably spent a whole lot of time online looking at different ideas for cottages and tiny houses and things, and we just love the look of the shiplap, and we love that we were able to bring a little bit of nature inside and use the shiplap and the natural wood on the walls, and then it just kind of went on from there. Like, we chose the wall style, and then we chose the colors, we chose the furniture, and we knew that we had to bring some elements of bourbon and the history of bourbon making into the decor. And so we did that with local artists who make items from bourbon barrels and bourbon barrel staves. So adding a little bit of that element in made it really have that bourbon feel without taking away from the hominess and the comfort and the nature that we put inside. It just kind of married well together.
Yeah, absolutely. When did you guys open the cottages? When did they get completed, and when did you actually open for your first customer?
Our first customer probably arrived a couple months ago. Right now, we're going to have a total of 5 cottages when we're finished. Right now, we have 3 complete and 2 still under construction. But a couple of months ago is when we first got our first guest. So, and our reviews have been great. We really want to make it. It's all about an experience, you know.
Yeah.
Our limos, we have Mercedes Sprint van limos coming next month, and we'll have a garage to put those in, and we'll be able to pick people up, take them to the distilleries, wherever they want to go. They can customize their trip, or they can go to one of the 4 more local distilleries. But we'll take them wherever they want to go, and then we're going to have an executive meeting room also with a bar in it. So if companies want to come and rent out for meetings, etc. So in every cabin or cottage is on its own 2 acres. You do feel like you're out in the middle of nowhere, but yet you're only 3.5 miles from town.
Yeah,
So,
perfect scenario.
Yeah.
So, talking about some of the possible business getaways with an area for businesses to have meetings and have some drinks and things like that. How many people? Because, and I don't want to muddle up the water a little bit here, but if you're a single person, you can come here and rent a cabin on the single end. But when you look at maybe some company that may see this and think, wow, this would be a great retreat for my business and my employees, how many people total will you be able to keep overnight?
So each cottage is 2 bedrooms. So it's 5 2-bedroom cottages, 1 bath, and they each have queen beds in each room.
Okay.
So a total of about 10 rooms with 2 people in each room if you're a couple, or Yeah, and that's just right now. Hopefully in the future, you know, we have room to expand if we want to. So, but we'll go get through this first year.
Yeah, exactly. Where are you advertising these? So where are some of the locations that people can go to get signed up?
We have a Facebook page. We communicate with people on Facebook a lot. And then we also have them listed on Airbnb. Currently, there are only 3 that are listed on Airbnb because those are the 3 that are finished, ready to occupy. But soon we'll have the other 2 up there as well.
Okay, great.
And our website's currently under construction, and we really haven't started to really market yet. We're going to plan to do that this winter and spring because we still have some things under construction. We want everything to be complete before we, you know, get our brochures prepared and everything. So really haven't marketed that much, just Airbnb and a couple of Facebook posts, but we're staying pretty full.
Good, that's fantastic. Now, for people that are not fully aware what the Bourbon Trail is, would one of you guys like to describe what the heck is a Bourbon Trail?
Well, Kentucky is known for its bourbon, and just within 20 minutes of where we live here, we have Wild Turkey, Four Roses, Woodford Reserve, and Buffalo Trace. It's just the bourbon market has exploded worldwide. It used to be mainly the United States. I'll tell you a story. I was born and raised in Loretto, Kentucky, where Maker's Mark is. We used to play in the creek by Maker's Mark, 4-wheelers and everything. You can't even drive through it now. And they're building warehouses, where every distillery is building warehouses faster than they can build them. And I think a lot of it is just going to Asia and Japan, and it's just a worldwide thing right now. It's sort of like going to Napa Valley. That's kind of what and the Kentucky Distillers Association have done a great job marketing the Bourbon Trail.
Yeah. So when you come here, you can set up a trip with you guys to go visit all these different distilleries that are all within 20 minutes. So what would somebody expect if they went on one of these tours in one of the facilities?
We also are opening a Bourbon Country Welcome Center. So our tours are going to start, we'll pick you up here at the location of the cottages, take you to the Bourbon Country Welcome Center, and do a presentation about the bourbon industry and focus really on the bourbon industry and the history in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. And then after that, we'll have a tasting at the bar at the Welcome Center. So, and then we'll hit the road and go out for the tours. We'll have breakfast there, and then we'll probably hit a distillery in the morning, then lunch, and 2 in the afternoon. I think 3 is the most you can do in a day. And but we'll also let them mix it up if they want to go to a brewery or a winery and two distilleries. We'll do that. Whatever, it's about them. It's their experience, not ours. So we'll let them customize it as much as they want.
All right. Would you say, Jay, is this a 1-day trip to get it all in, or is it a 2-day trip? What would you say to that?
You could be here for weeks if you wanted to go to every distillery.
Really?
I don't know quite the number, but they're building them everywhere right now. I mean, so, but the historic ones that everybody knows, it would take you several days, but it would take you weeks if you wanted to tour all of them.
Okay. So you arrive at a distillery, and the typical tour is what at the distillery?
Well, they have them scheduled at certain times, and they do recommend you just can't walk up and get a tour now. You have to get tickets in advance, and we recommend at least a month in advance. But if you want to buy a package and talk to us about that, we'll take care of all that for you. Your lunch, breakfast, we'll do everything if you want us to.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
But yeah, so you usually arrive and they're waiting for you because there's a certain time. If we have a big group, maybe we'll have a special tour. So I know we have really good friends at Wild Turkey. We call him Bo Garrett. I call him Bourbon Bo. And he'll be doing some Wild Turkey tastings for us at the Welcome Center. So, because you can't spell bourbon without Bo twice. So, yeah, looking forward to working with Bourbon Bo.
Yeah, that's great. Well, what were some of the surprises that you guys found when you started the construction of the facilities here? Some of the little things that maybe came up and you're thinking, well, what the heck? Where did this come from? And what are some of those stories?
Oh,
5 months to get windows.
yeah.
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 It's been a very hard season to build things, I would say. So this land was just brush. All of it was just brush. And Jay really did a great job clearing things and making it look so beautiful. And then we had to depend on lots of other people to make them what they are. And sometimes other people's timeline and your timeline don't exactly match up.
They don't match up sometimes, do they?
Yes, and sometimes those people have the greatest of intentions and their timeline might match with yours, but their suppliers don't.
Yeah.
And so we expected it to be done about 8 months before it was.
In June.
So yeah, so I think that time was the biggest hurdle. We expected to be renting these cottages way before
June.
Yeah.
Even getting the limos in.
Right.
We thought we would have them May, and we still don't have them. But supposed to get one in December and the other one sometime next year. But they're really nice limos. It's a van, but it's still like a limo where you have the divider window, you have 2 TVs, 4 captain chairs in the front part behind the divider, and then there's a J lounge in the back with the bar. So yeah, they're going to be really nice. We're excited to get those. So.
Oh yeah, I bet.
But other than that, there were really no other major hurdles. I think that it's been fun. All in all, there have been little challenges and small aggravations, but we've had a great crew out here, and they look beautiful, and they're very well built, and so we're very satisfied with that.
Oh yeah, incredible. The county, you're not located within a city limit here. You're in county jurisdiction. So, county, were they happy that you guys are doing this?
We didn't. Yeah, because we didn't. The only thing we had to get changed was for people to occupy the space less than 30 days. Because we have enough road frontage and enough acreage for probably 6 could have fit in, but you got to have at least 2 acres and so much road frontage for each house. So these are built just like a house, and I could have built 5 houses here. Mm-hmm. So, but we didn't really have any pushback. I think a lot of people are excited because
they should be.
There's really no place you see all these tour buses coming in and everything, and there's really not a place for people to stay. So they're staying in the bigger cities, and we like to keep them here to help grow our economy here in Lawrenceburg. So.
Yeah. So if I were to describe this place, this is immersive to the trip that you would expect to take through the distilleries. In other words, you could come to the large city and you could stay in a Holiday Inn, or whatever, but you're going to be staying in a Holiday Inn that's just like any other Holiday Inn in the United States. If you come here and visit you guys with your cabins, you're getting the full experience all around you of what makes this area, what makes it special, and what makes it country, and what makes the distilleries part of all this.
Well, you have a beautiful view, not of another building downtown.
Yeah.
You have your own hot tub, you have your own fire pit. You see deer and turkey walking through the property, and so yeah, it's definitely an experience. We want it to be the ultimate bourbon experience. So we're really excited to get the tour started.
Yeah, I bet. So you've had several already people come and stay. What are some of the okay, I have two questions on this. So first question, I'll back up a little bit. Where are people coming from? Who's the close, or not who, but where did the person that lives the closest come from? And then where did the person who lives the farthest away come from so far?
I think the closest is Louisville, and the farthest is Brazil, and then Alaska after that.
Wow.
Just in a few weeks we've been open.
Right. Our first guest actually stayed here October 1. So, yeah, that would be in that amount of time.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, that's great. What are some of the things that you're hearing, either from guests or people that are seeing you and online and checking things out? What are some of the first comments that you guys are getting?
wow, the attention to detail.
Mm-hmm.
People have said that a lot.
Can't wait to come back. It's beautiful. Right. Can't wait to come back when it's completely finished.
Mm-hmm.
The hospitality was great.
Right. Can't wait to see it in the spring with all the flowers. And are you ready to talk about the grounds?
Well, yeah. I mean, my goal is to have this looking like a resort in 3 years. So I've got more to plant. I probably planted 3,000 bulbs. I can't wait to see what comes up in the spring. I'm going to have some small ponds out here with water fountains and lights. And we'll keep going there because I'm all about the grounds.
Yes.
That's my part. She decorates the cottages and I take care of the grounds. So.
Well, already when we were coming down the road to pull in, you make that turn and you see those bourbon barrels stacked up at the gate, and that's really cool. I really like that.
Well, I wanted to take the flagpole 100 feet up in the air, but Angie made me stop at 60. So
it's massive enough. It's just fun. It's beautiful, and you can see it.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice.
Our good friends actually built those bourbon pyramids outside as well as the gate. They did a fantastic job with that. We couldn't be more happy.
Yeah. Where are some of the places to eat around here? So when you come in, where would you expect to go eat?
Oh, goodness. We have several favorites, I think. You want to talk about them?
I think we like Bourbon Station, downtown Lawrenceburg, Bluegrass Or. There's what's the place?
Oh, Ricardo's.
Ricardo's and Versailles. And go ahead, you.
Heavens to Betsy.
Thank you. That was trying.
Yes.
So you've given me already several choices of places that people can go eat when you come down here.
Right.
And what's so important about what you all said is that here again, we're not talking about the chains. You don't have to come down here and talk and go to a chain restaurant to eat, but you can come down here and experience some local cooking, local hospitality, and see the fabulous Bourbon Trail all in 2, 3, 4 days.
Yeah. We have great Mexican restaurants. We have Roman pizza. They're all family owned.
And some of the best food, and especially burgers, is at Shooter's Billiards.
Yes.
Cool. It's a little bitty billiards pool hall place, and locals hang out there all the time, and they have the best burger and really great overall foods.
Yeah, agreed.
And that's located where?
It's on
Bloomberg. Bloomberg Court, yeah.
Great. Lawrenceburg.
Great people there too.
Cool. Well, guys, you all mentioned that you have some plans going forward. with the lakes and having some ponds with fountains. What are some of the other things that you're looking to do in the future?
Well, I think that Jay touched on that we wanted to have a meeting room and kind of a place where corporation can bring their teams and meet together and kind of have a retreat out here. We'll have a beautiful meeting room with TV and everything that you need for presentations. We also would love to see weddings happen out here at some point in the future, pretty soon in the future, actually.
We've had several people contact us about weddings on here.
Yeah.
To do
Well,
weddings.
it just makes sense because you could come out here, it's gorgeous. You have plenty of area for backdrops, for photos and things like that. But just having the cottages here so you can come in, have the wedding, spend the night here, have all your guests and the wedding party here local. Yeah, it just makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're gonna have I'm gonna have white beach sand on a volleyball court here, and my goal, I don't know if it'll happen this year or next 23, but is to have a big deck around the event center or the garage and have it step down a couple tiers and have a stage at the bottom.
Okay.
And then build one area up that'll hold 2 to 4 people up at a high level so you can see the view all out. So
Yeah,
that's my goal.
that would be neat.
Yeah.
I like
That meeting room is at the top of the hill, so it's really a good bird's eye view.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure coming down here and seeing your new adventure, and I wish you the best of luck. But you know what? I don't think you're going to need any luck. I think you've nailed it. You're in a perfect area here. The cottages are just 100% spot on. Just terrific. Angie, thanks.
Thank you.
Jay,
Thanks for
you,
coming
sir.
down. Thank you.
And how can people get a hold of you guys and get a cottage rented?
We're on AirBNB, Bourbon Barrel Cottages, and Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. If you put that in the search bar, it should pop up. Cottage 2, 3, and now Cottage 1. All 3 of those are up. We have a Facebook page, Bourbon Barrel Cottages, and our bourbonbarrelcottages.com website.
Sounds great. All right. Well, thanks again.
All right,
Thank
thank you.